Welcome to the GRG podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
All right, there we go. Well, I was used to what the old build was, and now I hit it. So, what's happening, everybody? The GRG podcast is live. What's happening? As you can see, man, it is going to be a fun show. I know, Sleepy, that was your intro, but tonight everybody's got stricken with the sick bug, or our guest. It's 3 a.m. in the morning for him, man. And then other people, they Sir X Man, he hit us up. He hit me up about an hour ago, and he was saying he was having some issues. He wasn't feeling very well. I was like, man, you better go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? If you having problems like that, bro, you need to go and do your thing. So, get yourself checked out. Then also D, she's going to be away for a little while because of medical situations, and so you know what I'm saying. So we just scrambling, but we going to make it happen. You know how it is. It doesn't matter. We will keep it rolling. A lot of interesting news that dropped right before the show. So we will get into it. But before we get into the topics, man, let me go ahead and introduce our guest, man. First time guest. His name is Loke7.
Lock7.
Call me Loke.
It's Lock.
So the disrespect. So
K-Mega, don't
what?
listen to him. He lying, man.
Bro, which one is it, Lock or is it Loke?
Lock and
It's
Loke.
Loke7. It's Loke7. Don't listen to him, son.
Oh my
Just
God.
don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, son.
Oh my God. Okay, so Lock/Loke7, whichever one it is, man.
Let's go.
Oh man,
Screw you, Ham. Screw you.
I already see the mess is already about to happen. These two are going to do a podcast together. If you have not heard of Loke or Lock7, he's a writer for IGN Africa, and also he's a podcaster, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Let people know out there a little bit more about you, brother.
Man. Okay, first off, it's Loke7.
Okay.
Please don't nobody listen to what Ham is talking about. Yeah, it is 3 a.m. out here. I'm in Mozambique. Thanks for having me on the show. About me, man, I don't know. I just love video games. The pandemic gave me extra time because instead of just coming home and having 2 hours to play video games, I had the whole day to be switching between the consoles and my personal PC and work. So I just got I don't know. I wrote something, and someone thought I could become a writer, and I got all these offers, and eventually wrote this piece for IGN Africa. Thanks to Ham Solo, although he doesn't sound like it. He's a very awesome guy. If it wasn't for Ham, y'all probably wouldn't even have heard about me. So yeah, I like video games. No, I don't have a preferred console, so don't be putting me in no boxes. And yeah, just having a good time out here.
Nice. All right, excellent.
Locke, that was some kind words.
That was some kind words. I think once we get into this, like, listen, I've listened to the podcast, and I've also said some things in the podcast, and so I already know that there's going to be some headbutting somewhere, some point in time in these topics. So you don't want to miss it for sure. It's only 3 of us, but I guarantee you it's going to get good, juicy, and spicy up in here. And also, I think, man, are you going to hook us up with some trivia tonight? Because, man, I really do love that segment that you and you guys do on y'all's podcast, man. Are we gonna be graced with some trivia tonight?
I'll try to be gentle with the trivia.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to give you guys questions and then like y'all get like 1 out of 12. That would be just sad. So
you know what?
I'll be gentle.
I think I might have to stir the stuff. I don't know though. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'll see. So you know, they don't need to be gentle. Just go ahead and just hit us up with what you got, man. It'll be good. So all right, we'll get to that probably towards the middle end of the show. So let's get into this. Oh yeah, I gotta introduce Ham Solo. The man. Maybe I should just call him something else since he wants to give people the wrong names. I don't know.
Ham Sulu.
Yeah. Sulu. What's going on, Sulu?
Yes.
What's happening? What's happening, bro? What's going on?
That sounds interesting. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so me and Luke do a podcast together called TSWS Gaming. Excuse me, excuse me for the way I sound right now. I'm just like extremely tired and just like beat the hell out of. Don't feel the best, but I'm here to still support and still help out and keep things moving. But as for of lately, I guess I've been playing some. I beat the first Uncharted. Still playing Mass Effect 2, playing Uncharted 2, about 20% into that. I tried to play some Horizon, but that didn't last very long.
Which
Forbidden
Horizon?
West.
Oh, Forbidden West. Okay.
Forbidden West. It's just I don't know. Something about the melee combat. It just doesn't slap.
You was
for me.
loving it just a month ago. So is it starting to weigh on you a little bit now?
Well, man, there's only so many arrows you could shoot before you're just like, all right, I'm kind of. The story is pretty fantastic, though. I'm not gonna lie. It just kind of drags a little bit when you have to pick each piece to talk. Like, I wish it'd just talk and just say what it needs to say so I can move on. Because for some reason, I feel obligated to listen to it because I always think there's like a trophy around the corner or like something to get out of doing that, but there really isn't. I just feel obligated for no reason. But yeah, I wish there was a way to turn on where it just kind of just keeps it moving so I can just hear all the story. I can relax so I don't have to keep picking up my controller every 45 to a minute and a half and
Wait. Are you complaining about having to play the game?
How is that playing the game? I'm hitting a corner button and hitting X, and then it talks.
You're always talking about I want to be grabbing the controller every 45 minutes. Bro, you're supposed to be playing the game.
No, what I'm saying is that you're not playing the game in those moments. You're not playing the game in those moments. You're really just picking something to talk about and then sitting there and watching it, and then picking something to talk about and sitting there watching. I wish it'd just run it right through so I can get all the information real quick and get the hell out of there.
So it's one of those games that is it stagnates the further that you go. Okay. Gotcha.
It
I think
can. It
I
can.
think
Like, I don't know. There's a lot
I
of
think
people
that's
that
what a lot
love
of
that
people were
game,
having
and
with the first Horizon was that they like there were people that were but the story wasn't as compelling. I've heard that the story is really good in this. I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know. I haven't played
yeah,
Forbidden
but
West,
that's
so I
pretty
can't
much
talk
been
about it.
all I've been doing for the most part. Just that, and now I'm not feeling the best, so there's that. So I'm just gonna be kicking it all day tomorrow and just like not doing anything, so I can be ready for my other podcast on Sunday.
Woo! Boy, this boy doing the most. I
Mm.
used to do now. I used to do 6 podcasts in a week, and then I was working anywhere from 60 to 80 hours a week. I used to do 6 podcasts at that time. So I definitely know about the burnout. I definitely know about the some people don't understand that it will take a lot out of you. And on top of that, I used to do videos. Not I never was a person that did videos heavily. But I was making videos on top of doing those podcasts, on top of working those many hours, man. And it was, it takes a toll. And I mean, it's still crazy because I know a lot of people they come and go on podcasts. And some podcasts they fade away, but like it's really unique that for because I don't know how long that you guys podcast has been around, but for like when next podcast start, I was like original member with Xbot 448 day one, and I'm still there going on 8 years later. But it's just more of a thing. I do
Yeah.
like talking about video games, but I knew I had to cut things off at some point in time because I mean, you got family, you got other obligations. It would take everything from you, so it's pretty crazy. So I definitely understand.
Plus, we're not Xbox ambassadors, so we actually have to play the games.
Oh my God. We will get into that. We will definitely get into that. The disrespect is real already. This is this man's first time with GRG, but he already seems like he's prime and ready. So we will definitely get into that. But first, let's talk about this news that dropped earlier today about EA. And it's pretty fascinating. It said there's a story that evolves around Comcast CEO trying to spin off NBC Universal and merge it with EA. However, the bigger story definitely seems to be EA is actively interested in selling to Apple, Amazon, Comcast, or whoever else would be interested. And these companies are interested. So EA has been trying to merge with Disney, and Disney was not interested, and they backed out. Well, they were interested, they said, and then they backed out. This news came out today. So, and it all stems from the Activision deal. Once the Activision deal hit, it made a lot of these big companies say, you know what? If Microsoft can go ahead and buy somebody, we can go ahead and move it too. So, let's go ahead and go to our guests. Okay, so Loke, Lock, whichever one that is Loke. We're just gonna say what you said, Loke.
I'm
Loke
gonna get you
7.
back for this one, Mac.
Ham Solo is disrespectful. Okay, so Loke, what do
Ain't
you
nobody
think,
worried
man?
about you.
What do you think? Do you think that this will someone still pick up EA? And who would be the best out of the names that we said? Or maybe you might know of a company that we haven't heard of or talked about that could be a big honcho to go pick up EA.
First off, I'd like to mention like one of the main causes of this potential sale.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Activision thing played a part, the announcement, but the fact that EA is about to lose the rights for FIFA is a very, very big incentive. For anyone that doesn't know, FIFA is the biggest
The biggest sport in the
annually
world.
released game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of games, there's no game that sells and does more business than EA on an annual basis. So, FIFA is like, if we're going to use an example, FIFA is like NBA or like the NBA. So they licensed out their names, their badges, and all that to Electronic Arts. This year marks the last year that EA has the exclusive rights to that, and FIFA has already come out saying that they will not renew with Electronic Arts. So I'm sure the Activision deal influenced them, but I'm also very sure that even if the Activision deal didn't influence them, the fact that they were losing the biggest rights to the biggest game under the umbrella is severely devalued. Their outlook or even their profit projection and made this sale or this potential sale very necessary. As far as potential buyers, I think Tencent is probably going to get them. Yeah, because I think everyone else might be more savvy to EA's diminishing value in terms of BioWare is going to the crapper. They're losing the Star Wars rights in a couple of years. Like I just mentioned, they're losing the rights to FIFA, and they don't have the exclusive rights to the NBA. So yeah,
football game is terrible.
Yes. And weren't I think their Madden deal also might be running out. I'll check that in a bit.
They got it up.
Renewed.
It ends in 2025 or 2026. So they
But have they confirmed that they're not going to renew?
No, there has been no. I'm pretty sure they're going to try, but again, from this news, you would definitely see people from the NFL looking at them a little sideways. And then, of course, there's also the NCAA they're going to be dropping NCAA coming up here next year. So that right there might have them look at EA a little differently too. I don't know, but I mean, I know that deal is in the works as we speak.
Yeah,
so
and also as far as the NCAA, we have to look at how the NIL is going to influence player likeness, player rights, and all that. That is going to influence which players show up in the game, which will influence the value of the game in terms of people that get on it, and which will obviously.
I thought nobody was getting their likeness in that game. I thought it was just going to kind of be empty.
So you see, if that's what happens, then is it really NCAA?
Right.
You know.
Well, no.
A lot of customers are going to see it that way.
Well, I think it might be a little different because now of the portal situation that's happened.
Right.
The NCAA is kind of in a weird state because players are getting paid now. So they're
now it's legal.
So it's legal. So pretty much, it's according how this all plays out. Like these kids out here will most likely get some money.
Yeah. So who I hope gets it, who I think is going to get it is Tencent. Who I hope gets it, honestly, Microsoft. Yeah. Do I have to justify my pick, or can I just leave it there?
No. Just justify that. I mean, look, it's just the three of us tonight, so it's okay. So take your time. But I need to hear some justification for that because there will be people because see, people don't be hitting me in the comment section. They'll hit me in the DMs with the thoughts like, you know what I'm saying? So or on Xbox Live. So
okay, why
do you think Microsoft would be that? Yeah,
because Microsoft has a better rep when it comes to online games and maintaining online communities on console. And Electronic Arts, like their single player offerings are few and far between, in terms of good ones, recent ones. We're talking about Jedi Fallen Order and maybe the other game, what's it called? The one, it's the Star Wars game, but it's like a fighter game where you're always
where you're in the fighter jet or the fight.
Yeah.
What
is it called?
Yes.
Squadrons.
Squadrons.
Yeah. Most of EA's offerings, we're talking online for like most of the meat of the game. So your FIFAs, Maddens, etc. that's what EA is right now. So I trust Microsoft to deliver better in that department than PlayStation. I know it's kind of weird saying that after the Game Pass blackout, uh, what was it, a week or 2 weeks ago? But yeah, in terms of just long term outlook, I'd prefer Microsoft.
Ham Solo, what is your thoughts about this news, man? I mean, you just now hearing this. Um, give me a whole, just a whole plate of what you think about it. I mean, like, you just give me who you think would be perfect for EA and
I
why.
wish they'd break down. I wish
Yeah.
they'd break down and like kind of spread out like WB
Oh,
or
okay, okay.
I guess like Square Enix kind of did. Like just get rid of some of them and maybe get bought out completely after giving up some things. Like I think it'd be really interesting if like BioWare went to Microsoft because they have history, and then maybe like Apex going to some third party company because they definitely want to keep everything on all platforms. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm sorry, my head's super cloudy.
Well, okay, let me read a little bit more of what this said. Okay, so it said in recent years, as media companies have taken greater interest in rapidly growing gaming industry, it says Wilson and Electronic Arts have held talks with a number of different potential users, including Disney, Apple, Amazon. Sources with knowledge of those talks that they told this individual. There's several sources familiar with this talks says EA has been persistent in pursuing a sale and has only grown more emboldened in the wake of the Microsoft Activision deal. Others say that EA is primarily interested in a merger arrangement that would allow Wilson to remain as chief executive of the combined company. Representatives from Disney, Apple, and Amazon all declined to comment. Meanwhile, another notable idea that has been banded about among the Sun Valley that in recent years would see Disney spin off ESPN, combine it with Electronic Arts. Wow! Now, see, I didn't even hear that part. So it says, as a reported of last October, it said the predecessor to entertaining the ESPN spinoff. There's also some notable history between the two companies. In early 2018, following the sudden resignation of ESPN chief John Skipper, then Disney CEO Bob Iger told to recruit Wilson to be head of the sports network. Wilson passed, and the job went to Jimmy Pinero. It says, nevertheless, Wilson continued to eye the Disney tie-up. Electronic Arts approached Disney as recently as March in pursuit of what sources describe as more meaningful relationship than licensing deals. Though it's not clear whether that meant ESPN EA tie-up, some sort of try before you buy arrangement or direct sale. Whatever the case, Disney decided not to pursue those conversations. Indeed, the market seems so focused on Disney's subscriber growth and cup check as other important items on its grocery list. So Disney's going to be looking to buy somebody else. Okay, so this even brings even more. Okay, I brought this up when the Activision deal came up. Matter of fact, I brought this up when the ZeniMax deal happened. And Ham Solo, you've heard me say this before on GRG, is that how you look at this is that the old guard is now getting ready to, they want to be more stable. They want to get out of here. Let these new indie, these new up and comers become the new EA, the new Capcoms, the new Square Enix, the new Bethesda or ZeniMax, the new this. That's where the industry is headed. Because This all like nobody would have. The ZeniMax deal was crazy, right? And then we've heard rumblings about Bungie, but those were still incredibly, just different. Everybody on this panel, I'm pretty sure y'all thought that was crazy, but nobody thought Activision would be willing to sell anything. So if you look at this and see how EA is on board, well, then everybody's on board. Don't you agree with me, or do you guys got a different thought?
Yeah. I thought EA was too big to be bought.
Right. Me too.
So even just the idea that they're willing to sell, it's like, oh, okay. So if you can buy EA, then anything can happen at this point.
Anything.
Like
Anything.
even Konami, that everyone's been saying like never. It's like, okay, this is a possibility. We might get Metal Gear 6 and they might finish it this time.
Yeah. Sega. I mean, listen, it is definitely the bidding wars. I knew that this was going to be a wild generation just by how it ended and how it was getting started when in 2018 when Microsoft had their conference with all of those purchases, with all those acquisitions. But now this is going to get ridiculous. I mean, I still think that Sony's going to pick up Square. I really do. But since Disney is involved in looking for they're trying to get into the gaming business. I wouldn't put it out. I wouldn't be so sure that Disney ain't trying to slide that money over there to Square Enix themselves. Just think about what they could do with Square Enix's franchises. Like, and then on top of that, like implement even other things. The tie-in with that would be Kingdom Hearts. Like how
But the intention from Disney would be to make games or to buy and then make TV series, movies, etc.
All of it. I think it's all.
Oh man, then I hope Disney doesn't buy anything. Jesus.
That's exactly what. Look, they are after Netflix. They're the one company that's on Netflix's ass right now. I mean, Netflix still has them, but I think about 70 million subscribers, but still, like Disney is already over 150 plus million, and Disney Plus has only been out for what, 3 years? So
man, I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring up on an unrelated topic.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Disney is outshining Sony right now in terms of localization. Sony has existed for like 20 years now, and still they don't have localization in Africa. I don't know about other regions, but as far as Sony is concerned, Africa is one country, and that is it. Disney has already expanded the into the region, so there's like 6 countries already, and they said they said they're going to open it up for more countries. And Disney Plus, like you just said, just started. It's ridiculous.
That is pretty interesting. Now, I mean, of course, Sony has money, but I don't think that they got EA money. I don't think they have, I think that if they get Square Enix, then I say that they'll probably get Square Enix and Arc System Works, because it's almost too obvious now when you look at Guilty Gear, when you look at DNF Dual Fighters, they're both being exclusive on PlayStation and just on PC. That just means like that relationship is so tight, and I understand the Evo situation as well, but I don't know, man. I think that those are the two that Sony's trying to go after. So, personally,
here's an interesting side note. If PlayStation gets Square Enix and Xbox gets Electronic Arts, that would be organic growth.
Oh yeah.
Like proper organic growth that people have been talking about that's not happening. Square Enix has lots of exclusives already on PlayStation for years, and EA has been on Game Pass day one, so it will work perfect.
It would. I don't know. Ham Solo, you have anything else you want to touch on this?
Oh man. I just kind of think that I still think that it's going to be split up around, like, just divvied up. And I don't know. Like that's pretty much where I'm at on it. I don't have a whole lot to say about it.
All right, brother.
Spoiler for anyone that doesn't know in the chat, Ham absolutely despises EA.
Oh no, I already know. I definitely know.
He's just tired. He's just really tired. That's why he
So-
kind of
so you would
exaggerates
think
on
that-
his hate.
Yeah, you would think that he would be very excited about this news because it would be someone else that would be, they want to make a deal where the same head of EA is there.
I was gonna say Android Wilson's not going anywhere. So does it really change anything? That's probably why he's not so enthusiastic.
Probably. And
Bro,
so,
I'm not enthusiastic because my forearms are sweating.
Oh, damn. That's a new type of sick. That's a new type of sickness. I'm
just trying to like not move.
Oh man, that boy said his forearms are sweating. I don't think I've ever had my forearms sweating being sick, but you know what? Maybe I don't know, bro. That's different.
If you ask Luke, he'll just tell you to go drink a Monster. You'll be fine.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
no, can't do that. Can't do that.
Quick update. Update. End of the first quarter, and the Mavericks are leading the Warriors 32-25. It's the Steph versus Luka show.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're a Luka fan. I'm not a fan of either one of those teams like that. I mean, Luka's bad.
Me either. But Warriors, I just want somebody else in the final game. I'm just tired of that whole dynasty. I mean, it's cool, but I'm
no, dude. I want the Warriors to win because I think they have a chance to beat Boston because Boston's gonna eat the Mavericks alive.
Oh yeah,
if they get to the final.
Oh yeah, they will.
And for me, I hate a lot of teams, but I don't hate anyone more than I hate the Celtics. And they're gonna get closer to having more championships than my Lakers. So no.
That's because you're
oh my God, Lakers.
He's a Lakers fan, so he's a loser.
All right, okay.
It's fine, man. We just have to hold on till Westbrook's contract runs out and we can move on.
Watch your mouth. Talk about my boy Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Look, y'all got a different version of Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? The OKC version of OKC.
No, man. This man has never hit 40% in one season of his life.
He's MVP. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Watch your tone.
Christ.
Watch your tone, sucker.
I'm telling you,
man.
Loke was living on the streets before Westbrook came around, and then he just donated so many bricks to Africa.
My God.
And now he got
you know what?
Mansion.
You know what? Westbrook did contribute to the building of my entire neighborhood. We are all very grateful and thankful for all those years in OKC when he ruined Kevin Durant's chances to get to the finals, when he destroyed his friendship with James Harden. He contributed a lot.
I'm going to say one more thing of sports and get back into the gaming. But, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I love talking about sports, but, but I will say this, though. Westbrook did go down, and they would have definitely went to the finals when Beverly took out his knee. And what did Durant do? He lost to the Grizzlies. So I don't even want to hear all that. So, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that,
Mega, man, you gotta have a space, man. Because no, I ain't letting that slide. But let's go ahead. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You hit me up on a space when we want to talk about. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen,
let's go.
Yeah, my Thunder up, baby. I'm ready. You got that second and that.
Oh God,
let's go.
You a Thunder fan?
Oh yeah, I'm from. Well, so yeah, that's.
Oh shit!
For me. Yes,
I don't know why you're laughing.
Yeah,
Locks, lousy Lakers.
Yeah. The Lakers ain't gonna win a championship.
We won a championship.
5 years.
We won a championship 2-3 years ago, man. That's all I'm saying. OKC, I'ma die. I'ma die, and my kids are gonna die, and OKC ain't gonna win one championship.
You know what? I'm gonna keep this archive because when they do, it's gonna be great. All right, so let's get back to it.
But like Kendrick Perkins says, carry on.
Yeah. Let's keep it going. All right, so the EA stuff is very interesting, but let's go on and move on, and let's talk about something that tripped me out. Like, I mean, you don't normally hear about certain single player games that's really successful and does really well, but you don't really necessarily hear those games outselling Call of Duty. And Elden Ring is just something different, man. Like, I mean, I don't. Maybe it's a good thing that that Starfield and that's going to get delayed, and maybe God of War is going to get delayed, because this is a sure. I don't see either one of those games. Zelda would have been the only game I think that would have gave a run to Elden Ring, but hearing this news that Elden Ring outsold Call of Duty Vanguard in the United States is not a fluke. That game is something different. So,
Sold up.
yeah. So yeah, it's sold up for Game of the Year. But Ham Solo, what do you think about this news? Like, I mean, think about that for a second. A single player title doing numbers like that in the United States. I think this game is going to probably overall catch up and be really close once everybody else starts really getting that, getting a chance to play it once that game hits a good sale. What do you think about this Elden Ring news?
Bruh, like, it's just refreshing to me, like, that something is toppling a Call of Duty like that, because what I see when that kind of stuff happens is, all right, it's time to get off your ass and do something now. like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you are not the king of the hill anymore. Like, you have been overtaken. What was it? Was it 8 enemy felled? That's what happened. That's what happened to Vanguard. It fell.
I mean,
but
yeah, go ahead.
I'm excited to see that, because I enjoyed the game, and I'm not a Souls player, and I love hearing how many people say the exact same thing, because, like I said, I'm not a Souls player at all. So when I talk about it to other people, half the time I'm finding out that they're not Souls players either, and it's just so cool to fucking like find a middle ground with people on that. It really reminds me, and I mean, this is like totally different, but it reminds me of back in the day when people were not into sports games, but they played Blitz.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're willing to dive into something that you would never usually find yourself into. Have fun with it and be able to spread that word around. And then, like, all these other companies are looking like, man, like, we could do something new and cool like that, and possibly get, because to me, it feels like some companies are living in remake land. And like, all they're doing is like trying to figure out the next thing to remake. And although that's cool to bring a legacy forward, it's also nice to have something fresh, something that you wouldn't really find yourself playing. And it's just really cool because it did it without a subscription service. It literally just marketed correctly, knew when to drop, flexed on another game on the way out that was a big title. And then now it's flexing on other games that usually are in the midst of flexing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Like, Call of Duty's usually never toppled, really. Like they're rarely ever toppled by anything. They might come out and have a bad score, like this time. They kind of came out and the scores weren't the best. The game was having a lot of issues, but it is what it is at the end of the day. It's still, selling like crazy. Whatchamacallit, what do you say about FIFA? Those kind of games are making crazy money every year. So to see Elden Ring come up and say, excuse me, give me some room, I need a seat, I'm right here, it was really cool to see.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I totally agree. It is really cool to see. I mean, I've never been in the discussion of which one's better, single player or multiplayer games. I mean, I played both games, or both genres of. But so to me, but to see that Call of Duty, that's crazy to me. I don't know, Loke. What is your thoughts about this? Is this a big deal? Like I think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think this is warranted. I think they should get their flowers. Bandai Namco should get their flowers for having one of probably the best single player outings out there.
First off, just like Cam, I'm not really a Souls player. Fun
Oh,
fact:
I'm not a
I've
Souls
bought,
player either. I'm not either. I hate
yeah,
those games until
But
Elden
we've all
Ring.
beat the game. That's insane to me.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Like the
We
weird
all
thing
like
about me is that
football. We all like American football, but none of us want to play Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that.
oh
Like
yeah,
it's crazy.
yes,
To me, that's crazy to think
yes,
of. Like we all like the sport, but we're like, eh. But we all know
no
that we're not
thanks.
Souls players. We all know that we're not Souls players, but we just had to have it. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I think I'm one of the worst Souls players on the planet because I've bought all the Dark Souls games and I hadn't beaten one boss ever. Like I would buy the game at launch, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, and then I'd bump into the first boss. I would get my ass beat for like what, 2, 3 hours, uninstall the game and move on with my life. And Elden Ring is, yeah, because of because of the design, it gave me a whole new perspective to the point where I went back to Dark Souls 3 and I actually beat that first boss. I understood the need for the grinding uh, in terms of figuring out their moves, and you can lose for like 2 hours and it's fine. It's part of the process. For me, that was a nice revelation. So um, when I eventually get tired of Elden Ring, I will go back to like Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls as well and give that a go. Um, another thing I wanted to say is, guys, one thing a lot of people haven't spoken about, Elden Ring just reinforces, for people that don't play Nintendo, it just reinforces the thing or the argument that gameplay is better than graphics. Ham brought up the
That
game
is a
that
excellent
Horizon,
point. Excellent
yeah,
point. Mm.
Ham brought up the fact that Elden Ring was going up against Horizon. Horizon, in my opinion, looks better than Elden Ring,
It looks
but
better than like 98% of the games that are out right now. You know.
Yeah.
yeah, but I would rather play Elden Ring than Horizon. Like I'm not even considering getting Horizon. Elden Ring is, for me, showing that gameplay is king. And I think we should celebrate that more than the whole single player aspect or whatever. I think devs should take away the takeaway from devs should be focus more on gameplay rather than, oh, this looks so pretty.
You know what? That is an excellent point. I mean, because I think the attraction from Elden Ring itself is and I guess we would all call ourselves novice because we aren't Souls players. So I do like
Oh yeah.
Blood. I do love Blood. I can't say love because I haven't beat it, but I do enjoy Bloodborne for what I played. I don't know how I put in about 5 to 7 hours into Bloodborne. And then I put
I
it up
couldn't
and
get
then
out of the
took it back.
first house in Bloodborne, but okay.
Oh yeah, I got out of the house. I got out of town. I got out of the town, and then next thing you know,
Look at you.
yeah, I did. Yeah, I was like, because I'm used to games like Ninja Gaiden and stuff like that, so I was kind of feeling it. But then like a game like Sekiro, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? I got past the guy with the spear. There are the two guys with the spear, and then there's the boss with the spear. I can't beat him. And you know what I'm saying? Because
Really?
I can't beat that guy. And it's crazy because
I
a
would
lot of
argue that
yeah.
Bloodborne is harder than Sekiro.
See,
Ham.
you think so?
Yeah,
I think Bloodborne's easier.
Really?
I
What?
pulled up on the cleric and knocked his ass out, but I was just kind of not feeling. I don't know. Like it just didn't feel the same way I felt with Elden Ring, where I just felt like I had freedom. I got tired of running on foot all the time.
Mhm.
Like Elden Ring, like it ruined so many Souls games for me. Now that
Yes.
I know how to play these games now, but I go back to them and I'm just like I find myself constantly comparing the entire time that I'm playing that I can't even enjoy the game because I'm just like, man, this wouldn't be happening in Elden Ring. Man, I would have dodged that in Elden Ring.
See?
I mean, like, man, I'd be able to find a different path and go through a different route and have a little bit of fun compared to Elden Ring, and like,
And then you go back
to the yeah. And then I end up being like, all right, I'm done with this. Turn it off and turn on Elden Ring, and I don't know. It's just the freedom that Elden Ring has, the sheer density of a game while being big. Like I feel like a game like Bloodborne, like it's really dense, but it's really finite at the same time.
Guys,
like a game like
I played so much Elden Ring, I had to uninstall it so I could
did the
attack
same
the
thing.
rest of my game.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Loke did the same thing. I got so immersed into that game so deep because I was on my second playthrough and I was enjoying kicking so many bosses' ass going through that second playthrough that I went all the way past the midway point of the game doing so. And I'm like, what are you doing? Because I don't really normally do that. I'll go back and I'll play a game again. But to go back to back after I put that much time and effort in getting to that boss and then beating those characters, and I usually take a break. I usually take about about a day or two. It's according to how big the game is. If it's a big game like that, it's about 2 or 3 days. I got to just kind of get back, touch some grass, get some civilization back into me, and then get back into some gaming. But I went instantly back in, and it was so. I can't say I've never done it before. I know I have, but not in recent memory. That should tell you how long ago that was. So
I've never done it. Listen, I've never done it. I've never had a situation where it's 4 a.m. and I'm trying to figure out like what can I say to my boss so I don't go to work. I've never had a situation. I'm being for real. I've never had a situation where you guys have like your podcasts and stuff. That was my chill game when I listen to my podcast, and that was my game when I want a game. Like for a solid month, I'm not playing anything. It's just Elden Ring. I'm listening to the lore. Oh my god, it's not as great as Metal Gear Solid because that's my favorite game of all time. But it's a close second because of what Ham said earlier. A game that makes people play that genre even though they don't like it. That is something special. So like if you can find me a side scroller, because that's my Achilles heel. If you can find me a side scroller and I'll play it and I'll finish it, that's a special game, in my opinion. So the fact that you've got so many people playing a Souls game, people that don't like Souls games or don't usually play Souls games means that it's a special title. For me, it's Game of the Year. No competition. Horizon, sorry, next time just release far away from another AAA game.
You think if God of War came out in September or October,
God of War wouldn't beat it. Nope.
I feel the same way because it's only a first party game.
Well,
no. I think first party can still be game of the year.
Yeah, but
I think the reason why
I'm so hard on all directions that like it's like, come on, this is only PlayStation, but this slapped literally in every vehicle. Like every vehicle was jamming this song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for me, the reason why God of War will not win Game of the Year if it comes out this year is that remember that comment who said it looked like DLC.
Oh, that's David Jaffe.
David Jaffe.
Yeah. If God of War Ragnarok is more God of War 2018, which is not a bad thing, it's a fantastic thing.
No, that's pretty good.
No, that's a good thing. Yeah.
But if like
Except
there's
I want him to jump.
if there's no like big innovation, if the gameplay is like 80% same thing, and the only essentially new stuff is like areas and bosses and boss fights, then there's no way Ragnarok's gonna win Game of the Year. If Ragnarok brings something new to the table, actually new, oh yeah, then we can talk. But if it's just a sequel to the first and it's a solid 90, that's not gonna do it.
No, and
in my opinion.
Well, no, and I agree with that. That was going to be my point, but it was going to be more of just going by history. Normally, sequels don't do as well in the ratings or with so they look at it differently because like, okay, we've been there and we've done that, and you could just look at this God of War and it looks better. And it's going to have more things to it, but it's still going to remind people of 2018 God of War. And when you
Right,
and it's
just
not
like
exclusive to the
Horizon.
PS5, right?
Yeah,
It's not exclusive to PS5, right?
Right. Well, no. It's going to be on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5.
So there are limitations that will be placed on it. If it was
Right.
next gen only, I think they could do more.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. They could do more if they was next gen. I think
So there's a very high
They
chance
can't
we're
get some
talking about
consoles out.
DLC.
They gotta make it multi-platform.
right. So I think that the biggest factor behind that is, see, that's why I only said that Zelda really was the only game that was gonna have a chance because of the fact that Breath of the Wild, see, Nintendo can get away with that because the game's got a little uptick in graphics and the character looks a little bit different and things like that. But it's Nintendo and it's going to be Breath of the Wild, and that was the former Game of the Year that was surpassed. And I know the God of War won Game of the Year and things like that. But I think if everything came out this year, right? Let's just say, okay, we got Horizon, okay, and then you had Starfield and you had God of War, and I still feel that Elden Ring would win it for one factor and one factor only. People like us who aren't into that genre of game fell in love with it and beat that game. There are still going to be people out there that say, "Oh, God of War looks awesome, but it's just not my type of game." Zelda looks great, but you know what? I wish Nintendo would have something that I could play a game on a television and it gives me 4K. Starfield. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
To your point,
Yeah.
Which one is the real Game of the Year? The one that's voted by the journalists or the one that's voted by the players?
I say by the players.
Oh, 100% by the players.
By the players. No doubt about it.
Nice. I'd like to hear from the chat that you're monitoring.
Yeah, people.
People
in the chat, and go ahead and share this out. I know that we light tonight, but it's okay. We get into more of the deep stuff here a little bit. Here, matter of fact, next. What do you guys think? I mean, what's more important, getting the votes from the gamers on what should be Game of the Year, or by the journalists? Because to me, the one biggest issue about the journalism situation is that there's people that have agendas. Like they want to keep getting. There's some journalists that gets free games. They want to continue to get those free games. There's other journalists out there that doesn't like PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo. There's journalists out there. I
gotta push back on that one.
Okay, go ahead. I know because you're a journalist, so so tell me. Go ahead, push back.
My pushback is in terms of bias. Everyone has bias. There is no one. The only entity that is 100% unbiased is a computer. And even that is doubtful because someone else has to input the code for the computer to do the evaluation of what's the best game in the world.
Okay. All right. Well,
bias is not a point.
Okay. Well, let me put it like this then. It's not as much politics with gamers than it is with the media.
Oh, it is, man.
Come on. No. There's way more gamers out here that don't pay attention to the bullshit like Like, you know, I mean, like when we're in these little groups of maybe a couple of 100,000 or something like that, when we get into these, you know, the social media aspect of it, it's probably overall maybe a few million people, which I know that's a lot of people. But overall, there is a billion gamers out there. They're saying it's even 2 billion gamers out there. So not everybody can, because I know people that I got homies that
I can give you an
play games
example
that
that's
don't fall into
political.
politics. Okay, go ahead, explain.
The Last of Us 2. A
Okay.
whole lot of people voted for Ghost of Tsushima as Game of the Year for the fans,
And it should have been.
but they didn't even play it just because they hated the message that was being portrayed by The Last of Us 2. People that
Okay.
never spoke, if you check their timelines or whatever, they never brought up Ghost of Tsushima. Suddenly, they became Ghost of Tsushima fans or stands as soon as the award came up.
That's
And
a good point.
they're sharing hashtag Ghost of Tsushima Game of the Year like every 15 seconds. And then as soon as the Ghost of Tsushima gets the award, the game doesn't exist anymore for them. So I'm just saying, politics, same argument as bias, dude. The journalists are humans, and the gamers are also humans.
I mean, listen, I think that's a really good discussion. I really do. I mean, I don't know. Ham, what do you think? I mean, is it, you know what I'm saying? What you agree with Loke is saying, or is it, do you feel that one side is, you know, caters more than the other in a situation? You know, because I like I said, I think the gamers, there's way more gamers out there than there is journalists, and I feel that there's more gamers out there that don't give two shits about the politics of it. You know, there may be people that are that there's a favoritism to that part. He was right, but overall, like who wins game of the year, that ain't going to change somebody who still plays COD more than they play any other game that won game of the year.
You know, to me, it's a lot like the difference between the Metacritic score and a user score. I trust the user score a lot more than I trust the Metacritic score, because there's always something eerie about Metacritic scores, especially if it's like, remember the debacle with Horizon Forbidden West. Like, oh no, the Metacritic score is different. Or it's the same, even though this game is way better than before. So to me, it was like, all right, well, if I use the Metacritic score, I'm pretty much looking at it like, oh, this is the same game. But if I look at the user score, I'm just like, oh, well, it seems like a lot of people are having a lot of fun playing this game and just more interesting. I feel like it's more accurate. I mean, you could say the same thing about, like, you know, Madden and stuff like that. You see the score and it's like 68, 67, and it's like, no freaking way. Like, how did that get that high of a score? Because it's not good, in my opinion. But then you look,
it should have got that score.
But then you look at the user score and it's a 0.3.
Right,
it's like,
which is,
we went a solid 15 minutes without him bashing on Madden.
yeah, no, he got to bash, man, every time he gets a chance. That's just what he does. So every time you do it every show, every week. Man's got to get some kind of smoke every damn week.
It deserves it.
It does.
This dude's been salty since 2005, man. Jeez.
Look at EA right now. They on the corner. Change. Anybody? Change. Anybody? Change.
Okay. All right. They are. They are. You're
vicious,
right.
Man.
They're
vicious.
They're on the corner. They're on the corner block. They are definitely looking to sell that ass. So
hustling.
They hustling out there. So. But that's funny. But yeah, no, I do agree with what we were talking about earlier about the whole EA situation, is that FIFA hurt them. They will not acknowledge that.
Oh yeah.
But the FIFA thing, because I did not know it was. I knew it was big, but I didn't know it was that big as you described. Because now, for somebody who's out there overseas that's really into the know about like FIFA sports,
dude,
that's crazy.
It's so big. The people that don't play video games call like PlayStations or Xboxes FIFA. They call the consoles FIFA because like 9 out of 10 homes. Screw it, 10 out of 10 homes. If you walk into 10 out of 10 homes, anywhere in the world besides America, there's a FIFA game there. It might not be the latest one, but there's a FIFA game in the console.
That is nuts.
With
That is
with
definitely
at least like $500 spent on the FIFA Ultimate Team. That's their like online feature.
You know what I got FIFA on?
what?
The 3DO.
Oh god.
The 3DO. Did you say the 3DO?
Yes.
Bro, I mean, you can get FIFA on Game Pass. What's the problem here?
If you get
I just think
FIFA on
it's
Game
hilarious.
Pass, you're still supporting Electronic Arts. You have to get it on the 3DO. That
Oh
way you're not
my
getting
God, is he that anti-EA? Oh, I did not know you was that anti-EA, Ham.
The only
Oh, my
EA
goodness.
game that I'm giving a pass right now is Star Wars games and Mass Effect.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
Hey, you
fire.
know what?
I mean, it is what it is.
Andromeda wasn't as bad as
No.
right now. It's not as bad as it was on launch, glitch wise.
Oh, absolutely. You're right. And Andromeda,
Yeah.
I don't see our boy Dragonheart Yobi tonight in here, but yeah, no, Dragonheart has been adamant about how good that game is, especially now. And I went back and I played it. I need to go back so I can finish it. But yeah, no, it is greatly improving. It's not a bad game at all. It's really not a bad
It's
game.
the worst Mass Effect.
It is.
Just to be clear, it is the
Yes.
worst Mass Effect. But
Yes.
come on, every single one of the Mass Effect games is a Game of the Year contender when it released. So you're not really insulting it when you say it's the worst Mass Effect.
Absolutely, you're right. It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a good game. Andromeda is now. It wasn't at launch, but okay. All right.
Mm.
Well, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about this this PlayStation Plus situation, man. I don't know, man. Ham Solo, let's just go ahead and get your thoughts on this, man. I mean, will you think that this will because I don't know if you looked at the list of games that they have in there. Do you
Looked
think
at a
that
sermon earlier, so I heard every single
okay.
game that's on there.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
All right.
Say
So
it with me.
do you think that it's a competitor to Game Pass in
No.
any way, shape, or form?
No.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
No. Like,
Well, explain why you don't think so.
like to me, it's a pretty good service. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's
Okay.
pretty good service, but at the same time, I'm not gonna like if you were to pit me and say, you choose one or the other, it's not even fair to me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you get one that comes day and date, and then the other one, the highest tier, has old ass games and demos. So I mean, it's cool, it's neat. I think Netflix is pretty cool, but I like Hulu better. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it's very similar to something like that, to where it's kind of like up to you to make that decision more than it is like a broad brush. But to me, it's very simple in the sense that, yo, bro, like you get day and date with this one, and this one you are paying a little bit more for less. So, I mean, that's kind of my take on it.
All right. Okay.
It's not the most exciting thing that has been dropped in the last few years. It's just kind of like, oh, sweet, you see the direction of the world right now, and you're like, oh man, I better get myself a subscription. That's kind of what it feels like.
Mm.
And with that being said, Sony they don't have to do day and date right now because they're the market leader. So like,
No, they're not.
why
Nintendo
are they?
is.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
between Xbox and, because I don't think PlayStation is like as worried about Nintendo. They might be. I might be completely wrong, but I feel like they're more like, because Xbox is a home console that can be cloud streamed and everything, but so is now PlayStation. So I feel like them two are battling it out a lot more than Nintendo. So
Second place is second place, bro. But okay.
Second place is second place, but I mean, if you look around the community, they are happy about second. So,
Hey man, it doesn't change anything. I mean, Will Smith is happy
second place
about
is
being
fine.
a cuck. If
Oh
Will
my
Smith is
God, here
happy
we
about
go.
being a cuck, doesn't mean that's okay. I mean, it's okay for him, you know, but everybody else kind of like, bro, why are you doing that? So, yeah, for me, that's how I feel. Whenever I see like Xbox fans celebrate, oh yeah, we're second, or PlayStation guys, oh yeah, we're second. I'm like, you do know you're second, right? You do know it. You do realize this. You're not number one. You do realize this. But anyways,
And they're not
sorry,
going to
Ham.
be
I'm
number
sorry for
one.
Well,
interrupting.
because nobody's really sweating. No one's really sweating that handheld though, like that. Like, to be real,
Handheld?
nobody is.
That's yet to be. Listen, the Switch. Listen, I'm not the
Ham,
biggest
Ham.
Nintendo
I'm sorry I have to
fan
say
like
this.
that either, but
I'm sorry to say this. That's equivalent to the Clippers not sweating the Lakers.
No.
Bro, you're still down 19-0. You don't. It's fine. You're not sweating us. It's fine. But are you down? Yes, you are down bad.
Exactly. But like I said, they're not sweating it. They're not sweating it.
Regardless,
That's not their main competition at the moment. And
the objective fact is, the objective fact is, they're second.
And see, listen, I think that you're missing the point on this one, Ham, is that in Japan, Nintendo is king. In the United States, Xbox is outselling PlayStation. So then, now.
No, is that true?
Yeah, that is true.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox is outselling
What?
PlayStation.
Xbox just outsold freaking PlayStation in Japan.
Oh, no, we're talking about the week, right? We're talking about the week.
Yeah, the Wii is dominating. The Wii is dominating PlayStation in Japan. You know what I'm saying? So did I say the Wii? I'm sorry, the Switch. The Switch is dominating PlayStation in Japan. And look, in the United States, Xbox is outselling PlayStation. And then you look at overall around the world, yes, PlayStation is outselling Xbox, but the PlayStation 4 is about to be overtaken by the Switch in overall sales. That article came out just last week. I was going to talk about it last week.
Oh,
but
that's embarrassing.
Yeah. So I mean, the Switch is very, 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 very dominant. So I don't think that. I mean, when we look at these boards.
But what can you do about it? That's why I said they're not worried about it. Because what can you do about that right now?
Just try to hold.
What can Will Smith do about Jada?
Oh my God! Stop it!
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Stop it! So I mean, there's nothing to do. I mean, this is why PlayStation has put out this service, because they're looking at what they listen. It blows my mind.
They're looking at Xbox. They're not looking at Nintendo. That's what I'm saying. They're looking at Xbox like
they don't want to be. They don't want to be third place. They don't want to be third place, because if they hit third place, it's going to be a lot more. Yeah, that's big.
Hang on. Okay. You guys are telling me that if you guys think that if PlayStation hadn't launched Triple P, because fuck calling it PlayStation Plus Premium, if PlayStation hadn't launched Triple P, they could end up losing their second spot to Xbox by the end of the generation.
Oh, absolutely. They're still gonna lose it.
Oh man,
they're still gonna lose it.
I disagree.
What? Yeah, they're still gonna lose. Xbox is gonna keep
K-Mega with bass in your voice.
Yeah, with bass.
With bass in your voice, you're saying that.
I'm saying that with full confidence. That PlayStation will be beat by Xbox.
Do you also agree with them?
And that's not because I'm a so-called Xbox fanboy. I'm just looking at how you don't. Okay, if you're the market leader, you dictate the market. You don't follow what third place is doing.
That's what I was trying to tell y'all. Like they don't have to worry about this whole Game Pass thing yet, because they're doing just fine with selling these games. Like, that's what they say. Like, who knows if it's actually true, but that's what they say, and they're very proud. So they're gonna stand upon that until they feel threatened. Once they feel threatened, then more PC things will come out day and date, and I think the PC thing will happen first, and then it'll be like first party games eventually, depending on how Xbox kills it with Starfield, Redfall, Fable, all these games down the line. I mean, it would be sad for PlayStation to be like, oh man, we have to put Wolverine in PlayStation Plus. It'd be sad for them, but not for the consumer. The consumer's like, hell yeah. I put up a what is it called? What are those, like, graphics or those polls on Twitter?
Yeah.
And in the poll I put, which PlayStation game would you like to have with your PS5 once you get it? I said something around that area. The first choice was PlayStation Plus for 3 months. The second one was Horizon. The third one was Gran Turismo. And then the fourth one was Miles Morales. Guess which one got picked?
Miles Morales, Black Spider-Man.
The subscription service.
Subscription service. I was going to say that was what I was going to.
Because it comes with most of that stuff already, except Gran Turismo and Horizon. But it comes with Ghost of Tsushima.
Also, Gran Turismo was shit.
Oh.
Well, you don't want to ask me that question.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
I'm not going to do that.
I am saying it. I'm not asking.
Okay.
I'm saying it.
Oh, okay. But I mean, it just kind of depends what kind of driver you are. I've realized that I'm more of an arcade racer, so it's just like that much determination for that wasn't worth it to me. That much like trying and hitting the brake and balancing the gas at the same time. It was just like, I guess I could do it eventually, but I guess what pisses me off the most in that game is just finding races to get into where my car can qualify to be in the race, because they have all these stipulations where it needs to be, you have to have this type of car and this thing and that thing, where in Horizon, what is it, Horizon 5, it's just like, you sure you want to use that car? It's not a good idea, but you can.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, look, I'm not going to dog out GT7.
It's just not my game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, it's a good game. It's not Gran Turismo is not what it used to be, and it's in the state of being considered as the king of racers. It's just not there anymore.
I don't feel like it's as accessible as it used to be. Right. I feel like it's more very professional, and that's cool and all, but I ain't trying, like most of the time when I'm playing a game, I'm just trying to screw around and have fun and maybe beat the game and whatnot. But that game isn't really something that you beat.
No,
I mean, you can beat the story, but it's more or less you just driving. I mean, just like Horizon 5, you don't really. I mean, you can beat the main story, but that's not the point of the game.
So yeah, no, I mean, I totally understand that. But yeah, no, I think overall, like I said, for me, I think that it's good, because value is always important for the game. So I'm glad that PlayStation didn't listen to the PlayStation stand out there with all that crazy ass rhetoric and talking about welfare gaming and all that, because I guarantee you that there'll be a lot of welfare PlayStation gamers out there supporting that. So I do see PlayStation getting a bump, their service getting a bump, because they do have some good games that's going to be on there. My only issue is this. I think that they have too many tiers. I'm going to give credit to Pred, that's on the next podcast, that made that point, which I totally agree. They should have just had 2 tiers. And I do not like the fact that and I know that there'll be more games that will be included going forward from their older games, but those games that's there, those games you can buy right now. You could have bought those on the PlayStation 4. You could have bought those on the PlayStation 3. So to me, it's kind of like, okay, for me to pay $18 to $19, and even in some regions it's going to be $20, then you're asking people to pay a hell of a lot more for games that they could just go ahead and buy now and not worry about it. I mean, like, you're gonna have Tekken 2, but where's Tekken 1? Where's Tekken 3? Where's Tekken 4? Where's Tekken 5? Where's Tekken 5 Resurrection? Where's Tekken Tag? Like, that was a launch title for the PlayStation 2. Where's the Bouncer? Where is Xeno Saga? Xeno, you know what I'm saying? I mean, where's those games at? Like, I don't know, man.
I'm loving the affection shown to Tekken. Keep
I'm
sounding
a huge
off
Tekken
all
fan.
the Tekken games.
I'm a big, huge Tekken fan. I'm a Tekken head. But I'm just saying, for just everything else that they have available, it's, to me, it is, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things that I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, okay, it's a good service. It's not a bad service for their kickoff. It's just their kickoff. I mean, we know that it's going to get better. But when you look at, the two things that's going to hurt them is the day and date and that extra tier. Because because even if players were interested in that extra tier, they're not going to jump on that. They'll jump on that second tier, but that's it. And not putting games day and date is going to eventually bite them in the ass. And so that's why I think eventually they will do that. But then also, if you're going to be putting these games in here, I was looking at that list, and The Last of Us 2 is not even in there. Why is it that Last of Us 2 is not in there? Yeah.
I seen that
still
as well,
buying
and
it.
I was just like, wow, like they're gonna do something with factions in that game, though.
Oh, I just read something here. Matter of fact, okay, so you're gonna make me bring this up right here. Jeff Grubb says that The Last of Us factions will likely never come out as it originally envisioned. Rather, it will be evolved into something larger, which is a game as a service that one of those 10. So this is going to be a whole different thing. So it's not. So it's like. So let me go ahead and read this part. It says, he stated, "I don't think a game called Factions or an update to The Last of Us 2 will ever come out." He said, he said it's going to go in just like what I was just saying. This is going to be a standalone title, and it's going to be one of the 10 games that's going to be coming out by 2026. So that's
As far as the poor opening, I think anyone complaining, like maybe they weren't there when Game Pass launched, or when Netflix launched, or it's part of the process. It's part of the process for every single subscription service, because all these big games, trust me, they know these big games are missing, and they also know about creating like a roadmap of release. So there's gonna be like 5-6 months where every single month it's gonna be one Metal Gear game, and then there's gonna be a month for Last of Us 2. There's gonna be a month for Spider-Man, for Black Spider-Man. There's gonna be a month for all these big games, and I think it's part of their design. The fact that the service did that, and the only big confusion for me is just like you said, K Mega. Why Tekken 2? Like, couldn't you start with Tekken and then go to Tekken 2, Tekken 3, Tekken 4? Why Tekken 2 specifically? Are we not going to get Tekken, the first one? Is that, it's so for me, that was the only thing that was confusing. But as far as the really, really big games not being on the service, I'm not shocked, because I was there day one with Game Pass.
Right. I mean, that's the selling point. And then also you got to put in the equation, once this Activision deal goes through, and they have Call of Duty, all the Call of Duties in Game Pass. That's it. That's it. Even if Sony did buy Square Enix, now I did say this last night, and this will be a definitely big bump for them, no doubt about it. If they did acquire Square Enix, they could put all of those Final Fantasies and Kingdom Hearts, all those Square Enix IPs into that service. That's going to be that right there would be a good. The second tier would be a great tier to go and invest into It's a PlayStation, but it ain't Call of Duty. You get all those damn Call of Duties from the very first one to the last one, and that shit will be available for everybody to play, just to download off the back, and you can just, and then for new people, get that shit for $1. Come on, bro. That's a game. That's a game changer. That is a definite game changer. On top of the fact, like, people can talk about what they want to about 2022 and the first party lineup, but it ain't going to be like that every, you know what I'm saying, in 2023 going on 2024, because those games are going to eventually catch up. And then when you have those games coming on there, and Sony's over here like, well, no, we just want to hold, wait, we want you to pay $70 first, then we want to hold it for a year. That ain't going to fly with gamers, man. Gamers are not stupid. Consumers are not stupid. So, and then on top of that,
what about supporting the devs, man?
Oh, you know how that is. You know how that is. I mean, they don't care about the devs now because the Sony got their service. Because remember, because now they're saying it's value. So it is what it is.
Now it's value.
Yeah, it's value.
Also, an interesting angle around subscriptions and acquisitions. This might be the first generation where you legitimately have to have both consoles. Because, in my opinion,
or PC,
the PS1
console.
Yeah, the PS1 won that generation. The PS2 won its generation. The 360 won its generation. PS4 won its generation, and now it's like, bro, you need all three even.
I'm gonna have
because Breath of the Wild was crazy.
Oh yeah. I've started to play a little bit of Breath of the Wild, put about 10 hours in it, and I was like, oh yeah, this game is cool. But I will have to say this just for a disclaimer, because I will get hit I don't get hit in the comments very often anymore, but unless it's crazy stuff that I block out. But I will, people in the DM will definitely hit me up, or on the Xbox, they will let me tell you what happened with the PlayStation outsold the 360. But you're right, though. PlayStation fans they ran for the hills once they found out about the PlayStation 4 going. They left the poor PlayStation 3 in pawn shops, in attics. The PlayStation 3 was abandoned. It was horrible. Bro, it was sad. It was sad.
Besides MGS4, PS3 ain't got nothing.
Oh.
You're tripping.
Nothing.
Damn, PlayStation 3 had some dope ass games, man. Come on, man. Don't do that.
Nothing. And dude, I started with the PS1. I jumped on the Xbox late, and I was like, I don't even regret it. I don't mind that I didn't get to play Halo at launch. I don't mind that I didn't get to play KOTOR. PS2 was fire. The PS1 was also fire.
Which one did you like better, the PlayStation 1 or the PlayStation 2 better? I personally like the PlayStation 1 better.
Two for me was peak gaming. The PS3, I got it day one. Me and my brothers got it day one, bro. Everyone was psyched than a mother. We clocked, I think each one of us clocked MGS4 or finished it like 2 or 3 times each. And there's like 4 of us in the house. And then we started looking at all the other offerings. It was cool. Resistance, blah, blah, blah. It was cool. But then people just started showing us the 360. And then I still remember the day I was like, oh, forget PlayStation. I walked into the mall, into our version of GameStop, and there was a stand with Gears of War in it. And the first time, I'm talking about the first time I did a active reload on Gears of War and felt that vibration. It was almost like the Lancer was in my hand, dude. The first time I was like, oh, screw this. We had like a meeting in the house, and we bought a 360 by the weekend. And we never looked back, man. Like the PS3 just caught dust. We only played the PS3 when we wanted to replay Metal Gear, Everything else was shit, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
You're nuts. You lost your goddamn mind.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I can't co-sign all that, but I mean, yeah, the PlayStation. But the truth of it is, the PlayStation gamers did abandon the PlayStation 3 once they found out about the 4. They
Quick,
got the hell out of it
fast.
quick. And also, if you
Well,
guys
yeah,
are watching the game,
even development ran away from it.
yeah, they ran away like that was a dirty ass plague, boy. Now,
Wait, they are clean. They're clean plagues.
That's what?
I'm saying you're talking about dirty ass plagues. So I'm like, which one's the clean one?
Oh well, no, there's no clean one, but yeah, well, it was just a dirty plague. This is
Okay.
just a plague. They ran
This
away
one
from
had
it like a
extra
plague.
sauce
Okay,
on
thank you. That just add a little bit of more, like some ooze or something on it. Anyway, if anybody's checking out the see, that's a dirty ass plague.
That's a dirty ass plague, man.
If anybody's watching the gameplay, I'm going to recommend this game to any and everybody. Yes, this game does have a very it can be intimidating on trying to learn how to fly, but man, Attack on Titan 2 is a blast to play. You can create your own character, get into the story mode, get down, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here wearing it, and then they can let me have guns too. So not only I can get swords, but I can use straps. Oh my god, this game is really damn fun. I definitely recommend it. I hate the fact that it's on sale, I think, right now, or it was on sale. So, and they rarely have this game on sale, but go check it out. But yeah, you looking at it right now? A Firescape game is dope, man. It's so fun. It is so fun. I just hope the reason why I haven't showed it is because with certain Japanese games, you get flagged for stuff, and so I was like, but you know what? Forget it, because I also showed some DLC from Azura's Wrath, which looks just like an anime, and you're still controlling the character like you would in the game. It is crazy.
I wrote a review for that one.
What? Azura's Wrath?
Asura's Wrath.
Asura's Wrath. Thank you. Let me be country. I'll say that quite a bit because I'm always butchering stuff. But yes, Azura's Wrath. That game is one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know why. It must not have sold well, but I just don't understand.
It didn't.
I hate the fact that Capcom and them will not bring a game like that, or anybody. Like, I mean, I love those type of games. I understand that people bitch about QTEs and stuff like that, but the way that game comes at you, it fits perfect. Especially now with the love of anime, like you cannot. Like, I can see that game, if it came out today, I think that game would be a hit because of the love and fascination of anime at the levels that it is now. But I don't know. Okay,
okay.
Go ahead. No. What was you gonna say?
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say the beautiful thing about intellectual property is that nothing actually ever dies. All we need is for someone to buy Capcom.
Love it.
And there's enough of a cult following to warrant a sequel. So
I would love it. It. All right. So go ahead. I guess we'll I guess we'll talk about that, but I guess we'll skip 5. Or just breeze through it because I mean it's really not that much to say. We already kind of talked about it, but I do really want to pick y'all guys' brains and the people in the chat. Let me know what you guys think about this because me and Don talked about this on Devin the Gamer the other day, and I said I was going to ask you guys this, but so because of the Xbox ambassador situation. And all this other stuff, I'm pretty sure that this is where we're gonna probably bump heads on this. But what to you defines a gamer? So Ham Solo, why don't you go ahead and break this down? Because me and Ham already, last week we butted heads all weekend long about the whole delay situation. But I wonder
I know you tried to tell me I haven't been in the game long enough to have any stake or good points or thoughts, and that pissed me off.
I didn't tell you that. I just
ask John Wolf.
I said,
John Wolf. John Wolf was like, bro, that was unnecessary. And I was like, yes, it was unnecessary.
What you mean? I said that I've been doing this longer than you. but that wasn't a slight. So maybe it was
That
worded
is
wrong.
a slight. No matter
It's
how you say that,
not.
that's a slight.
Oh, no. The reason why I'm trying to say it like that,
If you're
was to
using
say,
it as justification for
yes,
your
from my point of
for
view.
your point being superior to his,
Oh,
it's a
stop
slight.
it! Stop it! No.
It's a slight.
That's exactly what it was.
I'ma start it.
It
I'ma
was
start
not
it,
that.
man.
It was not. Okay, so this is the point. Let me clarify this then.
I've been thinking about that all week. I was mad as hell when you said
Oh
that.
my God. Oh, well, go ahead and be in your feelings. I had a lot of people in their feelings. I got kicked out of
Are you
podcasts and
more mad
everything
about
else. So
that,
because I
or
say
you
what I
mad
say.
about EA?
Oh.
Which one is pissing you off more, that or
Ooh,
EA?
Which one?
Oh, by far EA.
Oh,
By
okay,
far
okay,
EA.
okay. All right, so all
By
right,
far
let me,
EA, because there's history of anger.
okay,
There's
so
a lot of years of frustration.
let me
Kingmaker just
clarify
has a
this
week.
in a way.
That's all he's got.
Let me clarify this. Okay, so
Hmm.
that's not trying to make a point of superiority. It was a point of just knowledge of how people operate in this sector. That's why I was making that point. There are people
That sounds like some bull.
No, it's not. It's not. Trust me. Trust me. When I said,
Okay.
there's a lot of clout chasing out there. There's a lot of people. See, it's really funny because they'll go out and they'll say, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this isn't right, this isn't this isn't that. But then they'll sit back in Phil Spencer's lap and say, oh yeah, daddy, give me some more information so I can go ahead and keep praising you. That shit bothers me because there's a lot of that. And you know what I'm saying? I don't even care about the PlayStation stand because they have no credibility whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? The PlayStation fan, they have all the credibility in the world, but the PlayStation stand, no. They have no credibility. They were just telling it that they were going to buy damn PCs if their games was finna go over, if they were going to be multi-plat, or if they were going to go get a service and all that other type of shit. No credibility. Anyway, but for Xbox gamers out there to get out there and start touting, they do this every year around this time. And then when there's some kind of bad news or some kind of news that's not favorable, they come into, well, what Xbox got to show? What Xbox going to do? How's this going to play out? Oh my God. And then all of a sudden after the show, which Xbox damn near always deliver, then they want to be, oh, it's going to be great. Everything is fine. Let's do the kumbaya. It had nothing to do with trying to silence anybody from having their opinion. I just felt that the shit was overboard. And for me saying that I've been in this game a lot longer than you wasn't trying to slight for your credibility in the game. It was that you just don't understand how, as I call it, console war politics is played. You know what I'm saying? Because it's best to stay away from it. And I try to, but people just want to keep me back in because I guess from me being in podcasts and shit in the past. So it is what it is, but that was not a slight towards you. It was not. It was not.
I mean, that was a long explanation.
So after all of that, I still came to the same conclusion, bruv.
Yeah! Superiority? Go ahead. That's fine. I'll take it.
I'm saying,
I did not.
When we're having a discussion,
I am not a person like that, though.
Listen, bruv. When we're having a discussion about gaming skills,
yeah,
and then you just pull out I've got 800,000 gamer score on Xbox. No, but I've got 500 platinum trophies on PlayStation. It's a fact. What you're stating is a fact, but in the context that you stated it, you're dissing the next dude. So what happens? Let me finish.
Go ahead.
You being like Kanye West now. So what happens is, what happens is the person that you dissing, whether it's on purpose or not, stops focusing on the point you're trying to make, and they now focus on you, and then it all goes to shit. So it's not about it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it as well. But in this point specifically, it's what you said, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. There's no way you can word it.
That's fine.
And,
that's fine.
All right. So let's roll into the topic, though. But like,
yeah.
So Loke just made a fantastic point that has to do with this topic that you just brought up.
Okay.
It's all about what you say, or it's all about how you say it. Excuse me. It's all about how you say it.
Okay.
She I mean, in my opinion, she kind of. I mean, she's a. Like I said, I had her on Behind Them Sticks. She's really nice, really cool person, really easy to talk to. But I can't say that she didn't step on a landmine. She totally stepped on a landmine and stood there like just trying to just take it, and it just didn't work.
I disagree categorically with her first and last point. The second and third points were very good points, but the first and last points, no.
I mean, look.
Because sorry, I didn't finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're fine.
Yeah, because the first and last point is basically okay. Not basically. Let me paraphrase. Her first point was, can you run a gigantic company like Microsoft? My rebuttal to that is Phil got paid or is getting paid to do that. So if he's not doing a good job, at least as far as everyone else is concerned, people should be able to question him, because that's what happens in a professional setting. You get paid to do X, and if people or stakeholders aren't satisfied, then they can comment on it. The second point was more or less the same thing. I'm forgetting what she said. Oh yeah, she said he's human. Again, I would say yes, but he signed a contract to do or deliver X, and the three of us on this panel, we've all had jobs, bro. As soon as you sign that contract, don't nobody give a shit about you being human, man. It's pretty when we're doing the staff meetings and when we go on the team retreat, etc. But in the trenches, no one cares, bro. It's like, dude, you got these 5 tasks, do your job, okay? Just do your fucking job. And so that's the first and the last point. I disagree with her. The second and third points were on point. I'm forgetting what they were, but they were good. They were very good points. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So well, let me go back to him then, and then because of course it got into the I felt like that my integrity was in question here, so I had to fight back. But say want to keep it on top.
As you should.
Of course, I have to. I got to be a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm light skinned. You know how people think about light skinned brothers. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hold it down. Anyway. So. Anyway.
Okay. Okay. So I have something to say about light skinned brothers, but
I know.
We'll talk about it later.
No. I thought you was going to do it now because that's like I got an African homeboy and he talks mad shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, that's okay. Y'all women love us. It's all good. Anyway.
No, actually, okay. This is what happens. Well, at least in my region, Southern Africa, the light skinned dudes get all the action early on, but from the age of like 22 to 23, the girls are just focusing on the dark skinned guys. Why? Because most of the tribes and stuff here have like this saying. I'm paraphrasing, but the conclusion is the same, where they're like, if you want a man to have fun with, find a light skinned dude. If you're looking to have a family and stability. And yeah, and just a good life in general, get a dark skinned dude.
Oh my God, what is this?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Anyway,
I'm just sharing a little cultural knowledge. It's not every single tribe, but most of them, yes.
I forget what tribe my homeboy is. He's from Africa, and he always is. We always going at it, but
it's kind of offensive that you said he's from Africa. He comes. What's his country?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I forget what.
That ain't your homeboy, bruv.
No, he
You
is
don't even know where
Longwood.
he's from?
I do, but I gotta ask him. I forget because man, there's so
Damn.
many countries inside Africa. Like I just said Africa. So the
Dude, South
continent,
Africa is a country.
I know. I said there's so many countries inside Africa. So, but I forgot which one it was.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So I have to ask him again, and I'll let you know. I'll bring it up.
Oh, man.
I'll bring it up. And
You
so
sound like my youngest. He's got friends. He doesn't know their names. And I'm like, bro, if you don't know their names, those ain't your friends.
No, we work
Anyways,
we work together, man.
we
We
off topic.
worked together for like 10 years. So yeah, no, that's he's
And
the
you don't know
homie.
where he's from?
I forgot where he's
Damn.
from. Like, bro, I could be asking him every day where he's from, but we just talk shit to each other. So it's all good. But anyway, he
Okay.
always bring up stuff about like how watered down we are and stuff like that. You know, just jokes.
Oof.
Yeah, it's
See
tough.
him? See, I'm a good African. See, you got the good one. I don't tell you you're watered down. I don't say
Yes.
things like that.
Yes. It is.
I just tell you that you're Black American. You're not African American.
Oh, yeah, see,
Anyway.
he definitely brings that part up about like, you know, okay. That's a whole
fine with-
other topic, a
I'm
whole
fine
other
with that.
discussion. Yeah, let's move on from
This is
that.
true.
Like, yeah, but it's yeah. So you know I wasn't lying about it. But anyway,
Mhm.
so Ham, back to you about the whole situation with what defines a gamer to you though. So like, I mean, would you not consider and it doesn't have to be just about her. It could be just about anybody that doesn't play a certain game or doesn't put in enough hours. What is a gamer to you?
A gamer to me is somebody that not only enjoys playing it but advocates for it. It's that simple. I think people are trying to make it super diluted and oh man, you have to meet these criterias. But bro, if you play video games, whether it's once a week, once a month, every day, and you talk about how much you enjoy video games, it's really that simple. But everybody wants these credentials, and those credentials are nothing but your own personal bias on a person. They don't really mean anything. You'll never be able to tell somebody now, you never played Road Rash 2 or you never played Mario. How do you know? You don't. It was before Gamerscore was around. You don't need all these things to prove, oh my God, to prove to anybody else what you enjoy. To me, it's like the whole idea on this whole, oh man, gatekeep your circle and all this other stuff. Like, it's just, to me, it's just like a popularity contest just for them. Nobody cares about it other than the people that, say that kind of crazy stuff. I'm not a fan of it because it's just like, dude, the reason I got into gaming was to meet new people, have a good time. I met Loke. He lives on the other side of the world. I've met, like I said, Miss Deus Geek. I met, Wooly Gamer. Everyone's different. Everybody has these different thought processes on how they perceive a gamer, but I think they make it more difficult than what it really is. It's just, bro, do you enjoy playing games? Would you recommend the game to somebody? All right, you're a gamer. You might not be a professional gamer. You're a gamer.
Okay. Yeah, see, now I agree with 100%. That was my stance. I don't know, but I'm gonna let Loke give his stance on what you think. I mean, you want to piggyback off of that, or do you think that there's something different from your perspective, Loke?
I think Ham left the door open. I'm gonna say something that's even more salty for all these people that are creating this criteria. The definition of the word gamer is a person who plays games on computer or console or phones or tablets. That's according to Merriam-Webster. That's it. That's what a gamer is. It doesn't even matter. If you've never touched Mario, you're a gamer. If you've never touched freaking what do these people hold as the holy grail? I don't know, freaking solitaire. I don't know. If you've only played solitaire, you're a gamer. That's it. That's all I have to say. As in terms of what is a gamer, that's what a gamer is.
I agree. Like that was my whole point about it. Like, I mean, it goes back to a little bit of what I was saying last week about the inconsistency. The industry is inconsistent, but gamers shouldn't be inconsistent with it. You know, like the person who called this woman out, and I don't know her. You know, I'm part of the Xbox ambassadors myself. You know, one of my things, I'm real low key. I don't, you know, I do my community fight night. Anybody's welcome to come in, you know, and play with us, you know, and enjoy. Sometimes some nights it's just me, and then, you know, people gradually come in later, or it's just me. But but anybody's welcome. But it's just also for like when I do with my podcast, I'm always reaching out for people out there that, and my thing is to go and reach out to people of color to find out, and it doesn't matter. I mean, because, you know, John Wolf, I seen John Wolf and had to ask him to come on the show. Like, I see a lot of potential and a lot of people that get looked over because they may have a smaller channel, but they're very, very good at what they do. I think Ham Solo is good. Like, when I sit there and was listening to what you were saying, I was like, oh man, this dude. But I followed you way before, and I didn't even know that was you in that podcast. I had no idea, but I followed you like a couple of years ago when you first like introduced yourself or whatever, as a writer. I think because you announced that you was a writer for IGN, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's dope. And so I went and I followed you. So that's the thing that to me is like, I want to have people to, you know, my platform is not the biggest, of course, but it is big enough for where some people can look and they say, oh man, look at that person. And then they get a follow, and then it just branch down. That's how I want to help the community in that way. And I'm always about female gamers because I feel that in my era of, well, I'm still gaming, but in the 80s and 90s, it was unheard of to see a female gamer. Hell, you could sit there and start to talk about that you was going to holler at somebody and you told them that you was a gamer back in the 90s? Nah, bro, that wouldn't happen. Not out here. I don't know how it is overseas, but out here, no. In the 90s, no. That what you talked about anime or you talked about video games, you get your ass whooped. You be in a fight because that just wasn't cool. That wasn't popular like that back then. But to see gaming evolve to this level and to see female gamers evolve with it, I'm all about. I love that, and especially women of color because they don't have a voice loud enough. I feel in the gaming industry as well. So, and just on people of color in general. But I try to help out everybody in the community. But to me, I look at it as that the person that came after that woman, that person got called out by other people about what games he wasn't playing, but he was talking about. So how is it that these people will all side or agree with this person that is known to lie about games, but then he's going to call somebody else a gamer? That I had a problem with. I was like, you know what? You guys are right. It's just personal beating on your chest. You know what I'm saying? It's a dick measuring contest. It doesn't really matter. If it doesn't matter, like if my wife sit there in her room, and I mean in the front room, and she's playing solitaire while watching a movie, or she's playing Angry Birds or something else, that's still considered a gamer to me. Because I mean, you are interacting with some form of gaming, and you're a part of the family. It shouldn't be where somebody has to have a gamer score or a trophy or anything else in order for them to be qualified to call themselves a gamer. Gamers should not be elitist. We should be welcoming as many people as possible to be a part of this family. So, I don't know.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see that there should be a problem. I hated the attack on her. Now, again, he did get caught lying, you know, but I looked at it like this as well.
Wait, they caught her lying, saying what?
Well, she said that she played this certain game or played Quake or something like that, and Come to find out that she didn't, and then she came out and said that, well, she watches her boyfriend plays or something like that, or significant other or whatever.
Okay, but also
yeah.
I also saw someone that actually watches her or his or their podcast, and apparently she plays a lot on his profile.
See, I don't know that. I don't know that because I don't follow.
So
him, but,
he could have a couple hundred hours in Quake, and they're not her, and they're hers. But she's not concerned about, oh, these need to be logged into my profile. So people play video games very differently. And I will give some more context for those people that track all this shit about achievements and whatever. Here, internet has not always been readily available in Africa. Okay, so a lot of people that I know today would just buy the disc and play the game, and that was it. And if you know anything about achievements or trophies, you need to be on the internet for the console to track your achievements. If your console is not online, it doesn't track your achievements, even though you did whatever it is that these people expect you to be doing.
Yeah, no, I totally
just
agree.
wanted to add that context.
Well, you know what? You made a great point. It brought me back to something because I remember somebody called me out because at one point in time, people were telling me that I wasn't a gamer. Oh, K-Mega don't play no game. He does all these podcasts. He does this. He does that. And I remember somebody pinpointed a point of saying, oh, K-Mega did beat Halo 4. He said I wasn't big on online playing. Me and my son was playing Halo 4 under his account, and we beat the game. I didn't think of anything of it, but because it wasn't on my account, then it was different. So, I mean, it just never made any sense to me how some people would look at something like that and then try to make a determination. Now, I got PlayStation people now that'll say, no, Mega do play games or whatever. But I mean, just the fact of, like you said, that just shows a lot of how inconsistent this stuff is. Just, it's not important. If me, you, or him does not get our achievement or trophies from everything that we played from however long you started playing these games, that shit don't even matter. It don't. I know that PlayStation is going to add some trophies to some of their older games, which that is a plus right there. And I know that there's that's a big plus. That's a really cool feature. And I know that there's Xbox gamers that's crying out for OG Xbox games to get that, but it's still not every PlayStation game out there.
KOTOR. I would replay KOTOR again if they did that.
I would too. Matter of fact, I was, before I started the show, I was playing I can't think of the game.
Just because you don't play games.
You're right. I don't play them. God damn it, the karate game. The old game from back in the OG. Damn it.
Jade Empire?
Jade Empire. That's it right there.
Very good game, man.
Yeah, because I beat it back then, but I was like, I haven't played that game in so long, and since everybody was talking about that, I'm like, what if I would go back and I play this game again, and then I caught myself playing it for about an hour, and I was like, oh shit, I got to get ready for the podcast. So yeah, I would definitely go back and do that, but it still isn't every game that was available that we played through all those years. So it just, I don't know, it's a bunch of noise. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. But let's go ahead.
Sorry. Before you move on,
yeah,
I just wanted to point out something, man. Most of the people that have been making fun of this ambassador, the fanatics, right?
Yeah.
On both sides. Mm-hmm. For me, what's funny is these fanatics will talk trash about the games on the other side. Like the PlayStation fanatics will talk trash about the games on Xbox, or to say that Xbox has no games. The Xbox fanatics will make fun of the games that are on PlayStation, but neither like the PS fanatics don't have a PlayStation. They don't. They don't have an Xbox. They don't play the Xbox, but they make fun of the Xbox games, and the Xbox guys do the same thing for the PlayStation games. But that's fine as soon as an ambassador who doesn't play all games, but she's not making fun of any platform.
Right.
As soon as she says something, that's a problem. I mean, that's like the highest level of hypocrisy, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The inconsistency. Like, I mean, it don't matter. Like, I don't care. It would piss the people that don't like me off when I would block my shit, right? Like, I was like, no, you ain't looking at it. Why you ain't showing your trophy? Why ain't showing your achievement? Because I don't want to. I would just do it to piss them off. And then sometimes I would release them both for about like 2 months or so and nobody know. And then I would just block it again, and then I guess somebody would notice. But I would do that all the time. Like, I'll lock it, unlock it. Like, you can catch it. And then hell, like sometimes when I stream and if I'm playing on PlayStation, you can see my score right there. Like, you can see my I don't care. Like, you can't tell me I don't game. Like, that just don't make any sense to me. But I mean, you can tell me that, but it doesn't make it true. So it's just
It doesn't make it true.
It doesn't make it true. So all right. Okay, so what do you guys think about this whole thing from Sony talking about being more multi-platform? I know I spelled multi-form in the thing, but multi-platform. Do you think that is just for PC, or do you think that this is a more broader thing that Sony is going to start doing here going in the future? Ham, what do you think, brother?
I think it's just for PC. That's it. I'm sorry, man.
No,
I'm really starting to feel it right now.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, I know. We get to, that's what I'm saying. I'm about to get on out of here, and I know it's what 5 o'clock out there where you at.
I already took my nap, dude. I'm good.
So you're good. You're good. Okay, so forget Ham, right? Like Ham could just keep it going. Okay, we can. No, I ain't gonna do that to you.
No problem.
Ham said, "I'm out. It don't matter to me. Y'all we can have this a 2-man show."
Hey, screw y'all.
Yeah, I know that's right. Okay, so what about you, Lo? Do you think that there's something more to this than?
No.
You think it's just PC?
It's just PC. It would be the equivalent. It would be the equivalent of Sony committing seppuku. There's no universe in which this makes sense for them to be like, okay, PC and Xbox and Nintendo and whoever else wants it, Stadia, everybody gets to get. Nah, man, it's just PC. PC is the biggest market. That's it. That's all it is, dude. Don't read too much into it.
I'm gonna read something into it. And Curie, you know what I'm saying? That's good to know. You say you like the
evidence.
Panel. Okay, here's evidence. Here's my evidence right here. All right. Okay, so we already know that there's some PlayStation games out there in the wild on Xbox. And right now, I mean, there's a Demon Slayer. That's a PlayStation-owned game. And then there's MLB The Show. I know that it was MLB that made Sony become multi-plat, but it is doing better than it's ever done. And I think Sony has looked at this and saying, you know what? Of course, we ain't gonna put out a God of War or or a new IP. But if we have something like, okay, so Sony is definitely going to start making more anime games, like maybe arena fighters or RPGs, things like that. What would stop them from saying, look, let's throw a couple of these games on Nintendo, or let's throw some of these games on Xbox. I just don't see the reasoning. Like, I don't think any PlayStation fan would get out of pocket for a lesser known title to be, because they haven't yet, to be, well, they did for, like I said, MLB The Show, but to be on Xbox. I mean, I know that there was people that was trying to make a big deal about Ori and Cuphead and certain other games coming over to PlayStation, but in the scheme of things, or Psychonauts 2, but in the scheme of things, it's just good business. Don't you agree?
No, I don't agree, because releasing first-party games on Xbox would be the equivalent of instant gratification. The problem with instant gratification is that long term you won't win. So they could potentially make hundreds of millions if they release more games on Xbox. But long term, what's going to happen is people won't have that much incentive to buy PlayStation 6, PlayStation 7, because then they'll be like, it's what, 10, 11 games that are only on PlayStation. Sure, they're gigantic games, but it is just like a small number compared to Xbox, which will continue to have a superior subscription service because of Microsoft's endless pockets. So PlayStation would win now, but in the long run, people would buy less PlayStations, in my opinion. Like I'm still salty about the fact that you said that you think Xbox is going to win this generation.
Oh, you can be
I don't
salty.
believe.
I
I
just
don't
want my
believe,
flowers. People don't give me my flowers when I'm right, but they'll give me when I'm
bro.
wrong. But I just
Bro,
want my
by
flowers.
the end of this generation,
Give me my flowers.
if the series consoles, and I'm including both of them, if the series consoles sell more than PlayStation, I will give you your flowers, sir.
I'm talking more about market share. They will have market share. Oh, they will have market share throughout.
Bro, console sales are not market share.
Well, it's part of it, but I'm saying they're already ahead of schedule with their sales. I mean, I thought we're going to talk about this last topic and then get out of here, but they're already ahead of the schedule. And
okay, I'm talking specifically console sales.
Okay.
Don't give me the all these versions of metrics. I'm talking console sales.
Well, I don't think Xbox will outsell that because PlayStation is in more regions.
All right then.
But if they don't have the market share, they're not going to win the generation. That's what wins the generation is the market share, not the what's called, because 360 got outsold by the PlayStation 3, but yes. Everybody knows that the market share belonged to Xbox and the Wii, but the darling of that gen was the 360. Nothing else compared to it.
Okay, so for us to close this one, for us to shake hands on this one, we're going to have to agree. We're going to have to agree on which source we're going to trust for the market share measurement. Okay, because market share, it can be interpreted different ways depending on who's writing the article. So we're going to have to pick one and stick to it.
Okay, all right.
All right, so we'll chat about this after.
Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll do I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. Okay, all right. Matter of fact, we'll skip that because I do want to get some of your trivia before we get out of here. So we'll skip the last topic. But I do want to say kudos to the Xbox Series S for beating out PlayStation.
It was 1 week, bro.
I'm not. Listen, I don't talk about sales numbers normally. And, but I feel just kind of like with the Elden Ring situation, this was a big deal because the last time this happened was 8 years ago. And this is in Japan. That is huge news. It's not going to be PlayStation overall. It's not going to be Nintendo overall. But it does put a place now to where Xbox has a foot. I got a little toe into that market out there in the East. That is huge news. That's why I was saying it was worth talking about. So what you saying it's a nothing burger?
Yes.
Okay.
I will keep saying what I've always said.
Mm-hmm.
Second place is second place, bruv.
Okay, you're right. Okay, we'll see how that plays out. I just think that this is a big deal. I think it's a big deal for Microsoft for getting to that point. That's it.
Why I'm salty?
More, less.
You know why I'm salty about this whole second place thing?
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe objectively that Sony and Microsoft have put forward consoles that are superior to what Nintendo has put forward.
I would agree.
and
I would agree with that.
and it really chaps my tits every time I see Nintendo like 20 laps ahead. You know, if this was yeah, if this was a boxing match, they would have called it in 2018. Okay, it's just embarrassing how far behind PS and Xbox are. Like this is, can you imagine a Bugatti and a Ferrari being lapped by a Mini Cooper? That's what's happening right now, in my opinion. It frustrates me. I would, for me, the perfect pecking order would be either Xbox One, PS2, Nintendo 3, or PS1, Xbox 2, and Nintendo 3. That's why I keep pressing on this button, and I will continue to press on it until one of these two gets their shit together and beats Nintendo for a prolonged period. I'm not talking about a week or 2 months. So I need PS or Xbox to beat Nintendo for an entire calendar year. That's what I need. Yeah, there, I got it off my chest.
Okay, all right. Ham, your thoughts about either of these last two topics that you wanted to address, that you want to address. I know you want to be quick with it, so you have anything you want to add?
I'm kind of with Loke on that idea that, like, yo, this is some old ass hardware. You got that old Nokia phone, and we're sitting here with,
bro,
these Samsungs and iPhones, and somehow you get better reception than
bro.
It's like, what the hell is going on here? But I mean, like I said, it doesn't seem like Nintendo is the priority right now. Getting your feet down and, picking a direction and sticking with it is probably the biggest thing right now, because it feels like everyone's kind of uncertain what's going to happen next, but they got a good idea of where they want to put themselves. Where Nintendo is just like, we good. We're fine doing what we're doing right now. There ain't nothing we need to change. We sold a bunch of people a new screen and a network adapter, and they love it.
Sold out. Oh, by the way, this is the Azura's Wrath right here. The DLC. I don't know if you got a chance to play that. This was so damn amazing. I never got a chance to play it until I recorded this gameplay, and I said, what? This is full anime? Like, what? I was like, yo, I mean, because I beat the game a while back, like years ago, but I was like, I wasn't, into the DLC and all that stuff, because I was ignorant to it, because I was like you, wasn't too familiar with online play, because every time I tried to do it, it was horrible. So
yeah,
but this was just, oh my God, I was so excited. I said, I hope I don't get the plane hit on me, but I'm like, it's worth it. I gotta let people see this. But okay, all right. Well, I personally, and I'll be quick with that, because I want to get some trivia before we get out of here. I don't know, man. I just think that it's a good thing. It's not a bad situation overall. It's not a overall crazy big deal. I mean, they'll be probably number two and number three the next following week, but it just shows that, like, the xCloud factor is definitely resonating out there in the East. And then also them having relations out there out there in Korea and stuff like that. That's Xbox is making some strides, man. A lot of people wanted them to get out the region, because they just been it's been abysmal for them. But I'm glad that they stuck to their guns. That's my
So,
all right. Okay, what's this trivia? Let's see what you got, man. Let's see what you got.
Okay, before we get into the trivia,
yes, sir.
It's the fourth quarter. Halfway through the fourth quarter, the Warriors are leading 100-94. Steph has scored 22. Someone else has scored 21 on his team. Guess who that is?
Wiggins.
Wrong. Ham, guess.
Draymond.
Kevon Looney, y'all.
Whoa, Looney
This
over
is
there?
great.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're just
That
so
is-
deep. They're so
No,
deep.
it's not that. Oh, this dude is just getting dunks, man. Oh, man, this is crazy. I never would have bet Kevon Looney scoring 20. 20.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
The
That's
Warriors
crazy.
are just deep, man. That's why I say that I would like to see it's going to most likely be the Warriors and Celtics finals.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for
yeah.
I'm rooting for the Seas. I hate the Lakers that much.
Yuck.
Let's go.
Yuck.
Okay.
Go
Let's get this-
Celtics.
Let's get this trivia. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got.
Buzz off, Ham. Buzz
Ham,
off.
Ham, what are you ready? Are you ready for this trivia? People in the chat,
Yeah,
are you
sure.
ready for the trivia? Come on, let's get
Did you have your orange juice, Ham?
I did not.
Mm,
All right, here we go.
all right.
Here we go. That's 10 questions, 5 for K, 5 for Ham. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Here we go. Mega.
Yes.
Elden Ring beat Call of Duty Vanguard worldwide. True or false?
False.
1 point for K Mega. Ham. Elden Ring has sold over 20 million copies. True or false?
True.
False.
Bing, bing,
Ham
bing,
is
bing, bing,
behind.
bing, 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 bing. Let's go.
K.
Yes.
All the From Software games will be released when Triple P launches. True or false?
Triple P. What the hell is Triple P?
PlayStation Plus. Premium.
PlayStation Plus. Okay. PlayStation Plus. Okay.
Premium.
The premium. Okay, say that again. Say it again.
All the From Software games will be available with Triple P
Oh, false.
on launch.
False.
All right. K Mega got himself 2 points. Ham's got 0. Ham. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut will launch with Triple P. True or false?
Yes. True.
Ham on the scoreboard. Okay. K Mega, Xbox Series S has outsold PlayStation 5 in May 2022. True or false?
False.
Damn. Ham. It's looking bad, man. It's looking really bad right now.
I definitely don't care. I'm ready to go to bed.
He's ready to go to bed. Hey, do Ham, you already concede? If you concede, then I'll go ahead and take this win. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rub it in your
Let's
face,
just go
bro.
on ahead and nail the other questions. I mean, it's still fun. I'm just tired.
Ham. Ham, the PS5 sold 2,693 units from May 9th to May 15th. True or false?
I'm just going to say true. I don't know the number exactly, but that sounds about right.
It's correct. It's correct. Ham's got 3. So, K-Mega, if you get this one, it's mathematically impossible for Ham to beat you.
Game over. Right. Yeah, I know.
Here we go. Oh, man. This one's too easy.
No, well, don't do it. Give me one part of man.
Let me skip. Let me skip it.
Skip that one.
Ubisoft Plus will join Triple P, but not at launch. True or false?
False.
Damn, that was a game, set, and match, man. Game, set, and match.
That's it, man.
That's it.
Don't test me with this gaming knowledge, suckers.
Oh God, K-Mega, just for that, if you ever have me back on this motherfucker, I'm gonna tear you a new one. I will tear you a new one.
Whenever you want to come back, just let me know, and you can come on back, man, and we can do it.
I'm gonna give you that work, man.
Give it to me, because I mean, obviously that was simple. I was thinking that I was gonna get something. I mean, Ham.
Wow, you calling me simple?
No,
man.
I didn't call you simple.
Okay.
I said I was.
No, keep going, bro. Keep going.
I thought I think you was being a little bit nice because it's your first time on the show, and I'm the host, and you don't want the host.
I did say I was gonna go gentle. I
You
did say I was
did.
gonna go gentle.
And I told you not to. So that's the thing. Like it's okay. Sometimes the host gets roasted. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. Ham always throws shade at me, so it's okay. It's all right.
Nah, man. And on the next one, I'm coming for you. I promise.
I'll be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear that?
promise.
Okay, I'll be ready. I love the trivia though. The trivia thing is an amazing thing that y'all do on y'all's podcast, man. I love it.
And
I love it.
Ham quitting halfway. First time he's ever done that. Because with Cozy, usually he's on point. Today, I think he could see like the competition was ready, and he's like, shit, let me just pretend like I don't care. I don't give a.
And the competition is ready, and I need a sensu bean.
He's down, man. I'm not gonna take.
I told you to drink that Monster Energy, man. I told you.
I'm not gonna put it
I
to
drank
him
that
like
hours
that. He
ago.
don't feel good. He doesn't feel good. He said his forearms were sweating, bro. That's next level being sick. So
let me tell you, K-Mega.
Yeah.
K-Mega. Ham is like Chris Paul right now. He fumbled. He fumbled, and now he's feigning injury. I'm telling you, man.
He turned 37. I got you.
No, it's fine. Look, I'm gonna let you have your flowers today. I'm just too damn exhausted to care.
Right.
But guarantee next time I'm on a podcast with you, you are, as you put it, getting that work.
Oh, I can't wait. All right. So Ham Solo, man, thank you guys. Thank you guys for so much for coming through and checking us out, man. We're about to get the hell out of here. But before we get out of here, let's go ahead and let's get Ham Solo out of the way first, because I know brother is feeling under the weather. I know he needs a little time to relax. So where can they find you at, Ham? Appreciate you gutting it out and coming on and helping us out tonight.
Yeah, you can find me and Loke, in fact, on TSWS Gaming. Stands for They Said We Said. TSWS Gaming on YouTube is where you'll find us. As for me on Twitter, at HamSolo05 Gaming, hit me up on there. If you want to be on the show, or if you'd like to feature on any of our other shows at all, that I'm usually very welcoming with new people, as long as you ain't crazy. I mean, you can be a little crazy, but don't be too damn crazy. But anyways, yeah, that's where you can find me. As of right now, I am just trying to survive. But next week I should be good to go. Energy should be back up. This coming Tuesday, I got a show with John Linneman off of Digital Foundry.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
On Behind Them Sticks, and then later that same week, I got John Wolf being on. So a double dose of Johns.
Nice. Shout out to John Wolf, man, getting that look. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we see those other bigger podcasts. They must be checking out GRG because they sit there and they sent the bat single to our boy John and everybody else. So man, I love it. It's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys grow, because y'all are very, very talented and y'all got a lot of potential, and y'all just got a good sense and not falling behind the bullshit. So yeah, much credit to both of you guys for sure. Well, really all three. So no doubt. Let me read this with Sir X-Man.
Thanks for being on the show, by the way, Loke, even though I know I got to see your ass other days of the week.
Oh, well, let me read the super chat, and then we'll get his sign out. Sir X-Man said, hello, everyone. Sorry I couldn't make the show today. Was not feeling good. But I'm feeling better now. Enjoy the show. Go GRG. With your old ass probably want to go play golf. That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to play some golf with Olga. That's what you Shout out, man. I'm glad you're feeling better, because that was making me a little concerned when you were saying what you was telling me, man. But Loke or Lock 7.
Yo, stop with that. Stop.
Loke, where can they find you at, man? It was a pleasure, man.
Lady Locke, where you at, bud?
Oh, man. I definitely...
First off, what's the name of that person that sent the super chat that's under the weather?
Sir X-Man.
Sir X-Man, I'm telling you, man, stop hanging around Ham. He's infectious. I'm telling you, bruv. This is the last time I'm going to say it, okay? This is the last time. Stay away from Ham Solo.
That's funny.
As for myself,
yes, sir.
yeah, copy and paste what Ham said.
That's so
At
lame.
TS
You seem so lazy.
TSWS, bite me, Ham. At TSWS on Twitter and YouTube. My personal Twitter is at Loke7, LLOUCK7 on Twitter.
No doubt.
AKA
And also,
Big
you can
Law.
As far as the crazies, I'm not like Ham. I don't discriminate. Okay,
Oof.
if you're crazy, just inbox me.
Whoa.
I will whoop your ass, but it's fine. You can still inbox me. Just DM me. It's fine.
Man, that's pretty
Wow.
pretty rough thing to say to the upcoming guests that we have. We're gonna whoop their ass.
Right, yeah.
Because you damn sure ain't whooping mine, bro.
Oof. Oh, man, that's crazy.
You better,
Bro, if they watch our previous
internet
episode,
figured out.
Oh, my God.
if they watch our
my
previous
name's Lo.
episodes, check this, dude. I'm not in Texas. You know what? Never mind. Let's get out of here.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, man. Like us, this will definitely not be the last time. Whenever that you want to come on, let me know. Get your monster ready, and then get your trivia questions ready, because I was not impressed. Everybody,
I'm gunning for you.
Everybody have a good one, man. As I always say, I know we're still in the pandemic. I know that they don't talk about it as much, but it's still out there. But I will. But when you do go out, y'all hit the clubs and stuff like that, I got to live through you guys precariously, because you know what? I'm married now. So get out there, go hang out, do the pants off, dance off, enjoy yourselves. Wear a mask at least. Everybody have a good one. Peace.